Coming up on the Uplift, a wild surprise for a big Minnesota hockey fan. What happened off the ice? Then, history made by one of our very own, how a Minnesota runner made it on a list with some of the very best athletes. And healing stroke by stroke, how art helped change this man's life for good. Welcome to the Uplift. In this digital series, we're going to be sharing some of our favorite stories that we are sure will put a smile on your face. It's our goal to lift your spirits for at least the next 30 minutes and hopefully for a lot longer. I'm Susan Elizabeth Littlefield. Thank you so much for being with us. Imagine hearing your own song during timeout at the Wild game. You might have the same reaction as Barrett Dybing, who goes by Bear.
That's me!
The 24-year-old Bemidji native says that she has been performing and releasing her music for more than a year. She says hearing it at the X was exciting, but also overwhelming.
I've never personally stumbled into a scenario where my music is existing outside of my bedroom and my laptop and the studio. So I truly didn't know how that was gonna feel.
Bear says her music is mostly about Minnesota. Now, we want to share the huge accomplishment one Minnesota native just completed. Elk River's Emma Bates made history at this year's Boston Marathon. She logged the second fastest time ever for an American woman in the race. She finished in 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 10 seconds, taking 5th place in the race on Monday. In case you're wondering, that's an average mile pace of 5 minutes and 27 seconds. It was her first ever Boston Marathon, and she credits some of her success to her home state.
Being a Minnesotan, it definitely instilled a lot of grittiness in me, going through all the winters and even the summers. I mean, that heat training and humidity and the mosquitoes and everything. It made me learn how to work hard and not, care about just feeling bad. It was just get through it and have resiliency.
So what's next for Emma? This fall, she plans to go for the American record, and then next year, she hopes to qualify for the Olympics. One Minneapolis man recently marked 2 years in his commitment to sobriety. What gives him strength? Family and art. As Pauline Lee reports, his journey hasn't been easy, but the difficult road has led to some beautiful creations and revelations.
You walk away energized. How could you not?
In a small home office in Minneapolis,
Ooh.
Matt Moberg finds bliss between his brushstrokes.
Every stroke, I tried to think about what is the good gift that I got to wake up to today. The beauty of it takes a lot of strokes to make a big painting.
These days, he says he has a lot to be thankful for.
So how's life?
I'm grateful. Another day, another chance to come out and try to be better.
A self-taught artist.
What does water look like? Like that?
Dedicating time to his craft just about every day.
And so I think I've been really drawn to horses, especially as of late.
Each colorful creation
There's so much color in here.
Gives him meaning.
It keeps me alive, keeps me sane.
And reflection on how hard it's been to get to this point.
It's preemptive. It's how I make sure that I don't go back to where I once was.
A husband and father of 3, he also serves as a pastor at The Table, a church in South Minneapolis, and as co-chaplain for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's also a musician.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, it all became too much.
You are Superman. You are capable. You can be in all places at once and be everybody's answer to everybody's question, but I can't. And I think for me, it's been a very destructive force to lie about who I actually am.
So destruction, what kind of destruction?
It turned to drinking all the time. It got really bad in ways people don't know,
He struggled, knowing he needed help, but not knowing how to get it.
I mean, can we get real?
Mm-hmm.
I was driving home and I had been drinking pretty heavily, and I was hoping I would get into an accident or the cops pull me over. and force my hand to try to go into recovery or change things.
There was no crash and no police to pull him over. But there were 3 young boys at home who looked to him as a role model.
If I need a drink to be a good dad, that's not who I'm aspiring to be. It's not what I believe is good. It's not what's healthy.
He started going to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings.
The tokens, the medallions that we got, these are some of mine right here.
In some ways, he says it was freeing.
When I was able to say out loud in the presence of others that, hi, I'm Matt, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been terrified of saying those words out loud for a long time.
The art became a part of his recovery as a suggestion from his therapist.
Now, pink on the nose, not as psyched about that one. Part of it too is I'm not on a stage, there's not a guitar on me, there's not a pulpit before me. I don't need to be anybody or for, this is just can you just let whatever comes out, come out.
He now sells his work on his website and has also commissioned pieces for the Timberwolves, including one for this season's City Edition jersey release.
I'm kind of digging this one.
But success has also come with setbacks.
Yeah.
Matt has relapsed twice in the past couple of years, most recently last summer when his wife Lauren found him on the floor, unresponsive, and had to call an ambulance.
I remember the smell of the hospital. I remember looking at her. I remember telling Lauren, I don't know why I'm in the hospital.
But for every relapse, there's a chance at recovery.
And for me, the idea of I just fell flat on my face, but I can get up again is powerful.
More than 9 months have passed since then.
What's your longest stretch of being sober? Is it right now?
I think so, yeah.
How does it feel?
I feel really good right now.
Art continues to be his constant.
There's that therapeutic meditative side for me with art.
And he hopes it serves as a reminder for others that things aren't always black and white.
That's a sweet, blendy kind of color that we got going on here.
That each piece is progress, not perfection.
It's not over would be my #1 message.
And every day is a chance to keep fighting.
Life is a gift. Love is the point. And the more you try to outrun who you actually are, the more you miss out on that gift.
A new exhibit is showcasing artwork from inside Minnesota prisons. A former corrections officer created the Art from the Inside program in memory of his friend and fallen officer Joseph Gum. As WCCO's Jennifer Mayerly learned, the exhibit is a way for offenders to find hope and meaning.
On the walls, artwork created by offenders serving time inside Minnesota prisons. There's a variety of paintings, drawings, knitting, and sculptures.
The majority of this artwork has been created in someone's cell in confinement.
Antonio Espinoza is a retired corrections officer and the founder of Art from the Inside.
I was trying to figure out how to create healing in a system that was created for punishment.
He says he saw the need to find a way to foster creativity and purpose while working at Stillwater Prison. The offenders buy their own supplies and submit their artwork to the program.
I've been always amazed to see the kind of work that they do, and I tell them that you have talent, that you still have worth.
The theme of this exhibit is identity, how we see ourselves and how we see each other.
Basically, I wanted everybody, or the piece to represent what I've seen in the time that I did in prison while I was incarcerated and the things that I witnessed.
Ricardo Dominguez's passion for art started as a kid. It grew during his time in prison. Now out, he shows his works as art from the outside.
This program has been my savior. It really has. It's kept me out of trouble. It's kept me focused and made my kids proud of me.
They hope people learn from the exhibit and hope it sparks conversation.
Just grateful to have the opportunity to show the community in my city that I made a mistake, but I'm doing something positive now. I'm trying to change my life.
In St. Paul, Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO 4 News.
Still to come, a man proving it's never too late to get your education. What's motivating this 80-year-old to get back into school?